Okie dokie, it's time to pop my Q&A cherry because this is the first ever stunt movie. I fucked it up. See? I fucked it up. Anyway, this is the first ever stunt Q&A. Might even be the last because I'll probably suck at it. But I'm doing this because I've been on YouTube now for 2 years. Yay! Celebrate. No, let's not celebrate. Trust me, it's not a big deal. I wanted to try this, I've never done a Q&A, so I wanted to give it a shot, be more interactive with you guys, and I really want to thank you guys for submitting some really awesome questions. Now, I'm going to get to these questions, keeping my eye on the time and trying to make sure this video does not go on too long, and I really apologize ahead of time if I actually skip over some questions. I don't want to, but shit happens. So, the first batch of questions comes from movieman222. Here's a kid who is so good at reviewing movies, it's scary, but he's awesome. So, he writes, congrats, awesome that you've been on as long as you have. Questions. Favorite movie character of all time. Thoughts on the upcoming film Cloud Atlas. Favorite superhero. Movies are so bad they anger you. Greatest in-theater experience. Okay. My favorite movie character of all time is John McClane, of course, from the Die Hard series. John McClane is a reluctant hero. He's a badass, he's a smart ass, he's just a regular human being, even though, he doesn't have superpowers, but in the field of Die Hard, he's able to survive an attack from F-35, but that's beside the point. He never does it for the glory, he only does it because it's the right thing to do, and I respect that. Plus, Bruce Willis is brilliant as that character. So John McClane, he's awesome. Cloud Atlas, I don't have too many thoughts on it because I haven't really followed up on it. I haven't really watched the trailer of it. I've only seen glimpses of it. It looks nice, but it kind of looks like The Fountain because it has Halle Berry and Tom Hanks living their lives through different centuries or whatever. I don't know. I don't know much about it, and I really don't want to. I would like to go see this movie completely oblivious to it, but I'm sure it will be good. My favorite superhero, I'm going to give you two answers, because the first answer, even though it's a cliche answer, I gotta go with Batman. And understand that this goes beyond the Christopher Nolan films. I love Batman as a character, he's very complex. He's technically an anti-hero, but he does things that makes him a hero. He's just a great character. And my favorite anti-hero, and I think this would be Punisher's, I always said it, Batman's mortal enemy due to the fact that this guy uses guns, but it's Punisher. I love Punisher. I used to read the comics as a teenager. He's a badass. He cleans up the streets, kills bad guys, has an awesome weapon collection. He's dope. It's a shame they'll never make a good movie on the Punisher though. Movies are so bad they anger me. Battlefield Earth, Dreamcatcher, Ultraviolet. That movie is so ugly. Pretty much most current Adam Sandler movies, including Jack and Jill. That movie literally gives me chest pains when I think about it. Ow. Okay. Greatest in-theater experience, Grindhouse. Grindhouse being this 3-hour presentation by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, what did I just say? Trying to bring back the whole 70s Grindhouse feeling, and it was so awesome. These movies were intentionally bad, but they actually turned out to be excellent. And it was fun because I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the fake trailers. I laughed at the people that actually left after Planet Terror because they thought it was over, or maybe they just didn't like it. And the lights were flickering, and I still don't know if that was intentional or it was a mistake, but either way, it added to the whole experience. So, next next couple of questions comes from an awesome girl by the name of Pop Culture Diva 42. This girl is amazing. She's practically a genius. She's a whole lot smarter than I am. And she asks, what is the best and worst thing about being a YouTube reviewer? Also, if you were a vegetable, what would you be? What vegetable would you be? There are so many answers I can give you, so many pros and cons to being a YouTube reviewer, especially a movie reviewer, but I'm gonna definitely go, I'm gonna say the worst, first of all. Me personally, being a movie reviewer, it's changed me as a movie watcher, because every time I watch a movie, I feel like I have to critique it somehow. Even if I'm not gonna make a video on it, I'm always critiquing it. You know, looking for flaws, looking for things that annoy me. So there's that. There's the fact that it's hard to watch a movie for fun now without thinking of reviewing it. Also, the absolute best thing about it is the fact that even though, you know, I have best friends in my life that are movie buffs, and I don't technically need to reach out to people to talk about movies, because some of y'all actually join YouTube because you don't have people in your lives to talk about movies with. I do, but yet I love the fact that I can expand on that. I can talk to people from around the world, Pop Culture Diva included, about movies and entertainment, and that is just the absolute best thing ever. Alright, the next question. This guy has a pretty awkward name. It's very hard to say, but it ends with bullshit. It ends with bullshit, so that's pretty funny. And he comments on my videos once in a while, so I know who this guy is. What's your top 5 favorite films of all time? Also, which movies make you cry? Now, hands down, I can tell you with absolute certainty that my favorite movie of all time is T2 Terminator 2. And we'll get to this in a little while. Now, these next movies, they're not set in stone, but every time I think of my favorite movies, they pop in my head right away. Hard Boiled by John Woo, The Wild Bunch, Akira, Tetsuo! Canada! I shouldn't have done that. And I absolutely have to say, Big Trouble in Little China, a childhood favorite of mine. I'm constantly referencing this movie. I love it. Hell yeah. The movies that make me cry, Toy Story 3 got me, The Green Mile, Forrest Gump always makes me cry. The Shawshank Redemption, because it's just so good. It's not that it's sad, it's just that it's so damn good. And I have to admit, and I'll never live this down, when I was 16 and I saw Titanic for the first time, yeah. The next couple of questions come from a personal friend of mine, 7282, aka, excuse me, aka Jesse, aka Jesus. He asks, is your real name Stuffed Burrito Entertainment? I wish it were, because it's a whole lot easier to pronounce that than my actual name. Do you like movies? If so, what is your favorite color? I don't like movies. I'm just really good at pretending I do. My favorite color is green because money is green, and I don't get to see too much money nowadays, so when I do, it's extra special. He also writes, This is the two-part question. Who is the funniest person you know? Also, also, if you were an animal, which would you be? I'd be a tiger. Wow. Oh, yes. Okay. I know a lot of people that do some really stupid shit that I find funny. So there's that. But I don't think anybody can beat you, Jess. You're just too funny and witty and awesome. That's probably why you asked the question, because you knew I would say you. The next batch of questions comes from my awesome friend Heather Willott. She is so freaking awesome. She puts many questions. If you could make any movie character, 1, your best buddy, 2, your romantic companion, 3, come to life in reality, who would you pick? Is there a movie that you identify with most in your life? Is there a movie you wish that was never made? What is your favorite burrito ingredient? How often do you go to the barber? You always have a tight cut. Favorite cartoon, favorite TV show, favorite book. Is there anyone who is your hero? Now the movie character, I was gonna say any character played by Zooey Deschanel, but she plays some pretty fucked up characters, so I don't know about that. So I'm gonna have to go with Lucy McClane. Now, current Lucy McClane, not 1988 Lucy McClane. That's gross. I'm talking Mary Elizabeth Winstead, that Lucy McClane. I would totally want her to come to life, be my girlfriend, be my buddy, and maybe John McClane will come to life. And I get to hang out with her, and then I try to win the approval of John McClane, and then when I do, we get to hang out, shoot guns at the gun range, and all that, maybe save the world. It's win-win. As far as a movie that I can identify with, I don't really have one. I honestly can't think of one. If I do, then if I can think of one, I'll get back to that. Movies a movie that was never made, I wish was never made, there's a bunch of them. I'm gonna go with Grown Ups, because I am sick and tired of people referencing Chocolate Wasted. That is just so stupid. I hate that so much. I'm chocolate wasted. Shut the fuck up. My favorite, burrito ingredient, I have to have cheese. Cheese, love it. I don't go to the barber very often because I usually do it myself, and my dad will step in and do the back for me, So, my favorite cartoon. That's tough, man. That's really tough. But the one that always stood out to me was Tailspin. Remember Tailspin? Tailspin. My favorite TV show will always be, I know there are better TV shows, but this show, just 24. Jack Bauer, he's the man. I know season 8 was weak, but I love the show to death. Favorite book is actually, I got right here, it's called Apaches. It's written by Lorenzo Cocatella. He's known for writing Sleepers. This book is freaking amazing. I don't know why they haven't made a movie on it yet. It has to do with cocks that were the way I said it sounded like I said cocks. It has nothing to do with cocks. I guarantee you. Cocks who were forced to retire, Jesus Christ, who were forced to retire due to injuries that they took on the job. But they band together and they take down this drug syndicate that smuggle drugs through the most appalling way. It takes place in the early 80s. It's got great dialogue, lots of action, great characters. It is a great read. I think I'm gonna read that again. It's so good. And as far as my hero, has to be my dad. My dad has busted his ass to take care of this family. He continues to do so. He's my best friend. He's kind of a challenge to live with, but he's my hero. Definitely my hero. Alright, so the next batch of questions come from Movie Metalhead. This dude is like my most faithful and loyal subscriber, and he's such an awesome guy for that. I'm just gonna basically read the questions. He notices that I like foreign films, and particularly Asian films. So he's asking if I love anime. Yes, I love anime. Like I so love Akira. I also love Princess Mononoke. Cowboy Bebop is one of my favorite animes of all time. Trigun, Ninja Scroll, Spirited Away. Anime is awesome in every way. I love anime. He's also asking if I will ever show off my DVD collection. Yes, I want to do a series where I show off all of my movies. I have that on hold right now, but I will do it. I want to do it. So definitely, eventually I will do that. Oh man, whew. He's asking, what's my all-time favorite action flick or flicks. Like I said, Hard Boiled, John Woo at his best. Also, The Killer by John Woo. There's just so many that I would have to make a video on it. Do I like... Okay. Do I like chess? I like chess. I do. I would suck at it if I played it now because I haven't played it in a while. But chess is a great game. He also wrote back and he asks, what would I pick between The Shield or Breaking Bad? Because they deal with similar subjects. As much as I love The Shield, I really gotta go with Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad just... Jesus, man, Walter White is a straight up G. You know, that movie is, that show is so solid, and I don't think it's gonna let me down when it ends. So, I gotta go with Breaking Bad. Next set of questions comes from Bundles of Crack 22. God, I hope I didn't miss any questions. But he wrote, he asked what my favorite Disney movie from 1990 to 2010 is. I'm gonna go with The Lion King, with Aladdin being a close second. What's my favorite Mobb Deep album? That's a great question. I love Infamous. It's a classic. But I've always been more partial to Hell on Earth. G.O.D. Father Part 3. That shit just bobs my head throughout. How old am I? Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm 31. I have no problem saying my age. And this I have to... No, wait. Oh, why do people hate the Smurfs movie? People hate that movie because it's the grown-ups that grew up with that movie, or grew up with the Smurfs. It's the fact that this movie comes around and it only caters to small children because no adult is going to really laugh at it and love it because it's not a very well-written movie. It's actually a very bad movie. But what makes it a fail is that it's not a good family film. It's only good for kids who have no knowledge on who the Smurfs are. So, a family can't watch it because the parents are going to be annoyed with it and the kids are going to have fun with it. So, I think that's why most people hate it. And I have to read this one. Do you prefer white chicks with big tits or black chicks with big asses? I don't know how you would expect me to answer that, man. I love me some boobies. I'm a boobie, man. I love boobies. I love me some chichis. But I have a thing for black chicks as well. So I can't answer that one. I really can't. Next question comes from Hughes 1973. This guy comments on my videos once in a while, so I hate the fact that I can never get his name right. He asks, what's your best/worst movie of all time? Best movie, I already said it, Terminator 2, we'll get into that later. Worst movie has got to be Jack and Jill. Even though it's current, and before Jack and Jill, I would have said Battlefield Earth. But now I can actually respect Battlefield Earth on what they tried to do. They just failed miserably on it. I got no respect for Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill is appalling, a bad idea from the start, and it's there goes my chest pains again. Next question comes from Bundles of Clock 22 again. What are your thoughts on Insidious? I like Insidious. You know, for a horror movie to actually freak me out and give me chills, which is rare, I gotta give it up to that. That movie freaked me out because that little bastard runs through the hallway and it caught me off guard and that pissed me off. But I like that movie a lot. And as far as the monster at the end, I don't mind. I'm glad they showed it. I skipped one, let me go back to that. It's actually from a personal friend of mine. Daniel Travis 82 asks, I have a question. What is the meaning of life? Oh, and why do you own 20% of the worst movies ever made? It's 17%, Dan. 17! Okay, the meaning of life is to question life. That's all I got. And as far as the whole 20%, 17%, that's an inside joke between me and Dan. I've already given you that answer, but you refuse to accept that, Dan. But to explain to the rest of you, years ago we looked at an article from Rotten Tomatoes showing the top 100 worst reviewed movies ever made. And I hate to say that I actually have some of those movies. I didn't pay for most of them. I did not pay for most of them, but the one I did pay for happens to be the number one, and that's Ballistic. That's a long story. I'll get into that later. And I didn't technically steal them. I used to work for a video store. They were getting rid of them, so I took them. Totally not stolen. Okay, next batch of questions comes from TheLastSonOfPico. Do I watch documentaries? I do watch documentaries. I just saw a great one and I reviewed it. It's called Something for Nothing, The Art of Rap, directed by Ice-T, one of the best movies of this year. I did a review on that. If you can check that out, that'd be great. You'll see how enthusiastic I am about it, and maybe you guys will check out the movie. But yes, I like documentaries quite a bit. He talks about how, my channel is stuck Burrito Entertainment, but yet I stick to mostly reviews. Will I ever expand on that? Expand on my content? I want to expand on my content. I want to do new things. I'm limited to what I could do to the finances, and I need a better software to edit with. But eventually, yes, I swear I'm gonna come up with more stuff. I definitely want to do new things. And he talks about, will I ever do skits in my videos? He likes my skits. I'm gonna try to definitely do more. He asks if I've ever been to the ArcLight in Hollywood, not Pasadena or Sherman Oaks. I've never been to any ArcLight theater. It's just too rich for my blood. Do I ever go to the New Beverly Cinema? Never been there. I heard about it. I heard it's great. I've just never been. I hope to change that. He also wrote back, digital or film in terms of presentation. I gotta admit, man, I love digital. I love me some digital. But you know what? If they can show a classic old film in film, I'm all for that. He also writes, he asks if I have any cool movie memorabilia. Yeah, I got a lot of shit. Movie posters and, figurines, all that stuff. I have it. And one day I will show that off. So you also ask if I collect anything else. Yeah, again, figurines, classic cars, all that stuff. One day I will show that stuff off. I had to dig for a lot of that stuff. So one day I will show that off. I just thought of one that I probably can't show off. It's pretty much a topless Betty Page. I don't know if I can show that one off on YouTube. Guilty pleasure films. I got a lot, but the two main ones that always come to mind. I Apologize. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. I'm sorry. And Death Race with Jason Statham. I'm gonna do a segment on guilty pleasures, so definitely gonna do that. Do I ever watch the Honey Boo Boo show? Hell no. That girl is gonna grow up to have a fucked up life. I can't be a part of anything that has to do with that. Do I got any podcast recommendations? Not really, because I don't really listen to too many other than Schmoes Know, which and Miss Movies. They both talking about movies and stuff like that. ReliveFilm.com, my site that I'm affiliated with. We've done some podcasts in the past. I haven't been a part of them, but eventually I think we're gonna do more. So you might want to check that out. And I actually have a podcast with my friend Jennifer Pan, who we haven't been able to keep it up because she's like super busy. Our show is called Classic Reactions, but we only have 2 episodes. They suck because of me on my part. She's brilliant, I suck. But hopefully we get to do more of that in the future. And I'm interested in doing more podcasts with other people, so. And 3D sucks. Not a question, just a statement. I agree, I hate 3D. Okay, he also asks, was 9/11 an inside job? And if I'm into any conspiracy theories. I'm not a conspiracy theory nut, but I like to think that I'm open-minded, so, I like listening to some of this stuff, and, it's fascinating. As far as 9/11, I don't really want to say yes or no, because if somebody from the government is watching, I don't want to be silenced, but I will say that, it's pretty peculiar how a plane can crash into the Pentagon and just leave a solid hole, as opposed to a hole and like the wingspans crashing into the building. You would think that would leave a hole as well, but it just didn't. So that's kind of peculiar. People want to believe that the government is not capable of doing some shady shit. I hate to break it to you, but governments are capable of it. But listen, the important thing is to remember the people that we lost. They didn't ask to be a part of any of that, and they lost their lives, whether it was terrorists, whether it was something planned from, people we're supposed to trust. The important thing is innocent lives were lost, and that's the tragedy of it all. Next couple of questions are from my darling Friendship Award. I adore this girl beyond words. You have no idea. She asks, what are my thoughts on spoilers? Spoilers are evil. They ruin lives. Man. They just... Okay. Spoilers suck because, they suck. I don't like spoilers. I can't even handle spoilers to comedies. And imagine when you're in conversations and you're like that one guy that hasn't seen the movie that they're talking about. That's usually me. You have to exclude yourself from the conversation because you don't want to hear spoilers. I hate that shit. spoilers suck. Unfortunately, they're kind of a way of life, because there's always going to be somebody that saw that movie before you. Spoilers suck. Don't give spoilers away, people. And her next question is, do I think Blu-rays will ever pick up and start selling more than DVDs? I think they have. I think they already have. You go to stores and you can see that DVD shelves have been cut in half. And, I think eventually, Blu-ray is going to take over. Best thing to do is to just get a cheap Blu-ray player. You can use it on a standard definition TV. And just start buying Blu-rays. They cost just as much as the DVDs. They give you more content. And in some cases, the DVD even comes with them. So, DVDs probably only have another couple of years, which is really sad. But it's technology and it's the way of life, unfortunately. Next question comes from XX Pebbles X3. Real quick, let me tell you about this girl, okay? She's a movie reviewer and a game reviewer. She's very adorable. She's really funny. She is very vulgar, and she's just a whole lot of fun to watch. She's just, you guys need to go check her out. She's a great girl. Definitely go check out her videos. I think you'll be entertained. Some of her videos are very long, but they're entertaining. She's awesome. She asked, how do I feel about Paranormal Activity 4 being made? The fact that I'm not too big on the whole franchise, I don't really feel bad, or I don't feel angry about it or positive about it, because I'm not a big fan of the series. But people like them, and from what I hear, that they're consistently good. So as long as they're good, they make money. Who knows? They probably even help the economy. Fuck it, keep making them. Doesn't bother me. Last batch of questions comes from Movie Metalhead once again. He asks what my favorite beer is. Bud Light. I go with Bud Light because it's a dietetic beer and it's good for my health. So, Bud Light. What was your favorite video game platform in your life up until now? Now, I love my Xbox 360. There's the phone. I absolutely hate that phone. Turn that shit off. Just lost my place. Oh, game platform. I had a Nintendo when I was a kid. I have my 360 now, but the console that got me into gaming is Sega Genesis. That shit just wowed me. I loved it. I wish I still have it, but I have to hook it up. I love that shit. I never had a Super Nintendo, so I know it was better, but I never had one. Do I watch Dexter? Yes. I love Dexter, but they need to end it because they jumped the shark with season 6. And the final question is, what's my favorite? If I had to pick a favorite movie of all time, once again, Terminator 2. Now the reason why, because he asks why. Saw this movie when I was 10. It blew me away. It was actually the last movie I saw in theaters with my brother before he passed away. So it's got some sentimental value to it. But I never tire of this movie. I am blown away with it every time. No other movie. There's been some great movies that have come out after this, but nothing has ever sucked me in as much as T2. Just the story, the characters, the look of it. This movie is old now. It's over 20 years old, and it doesn't look like it. The sound, whether it's the theatrical version or the extended edition, which I prefer the theatrical. I love this movie with all my heart. Don't I love you? I love you, huh, sweetie? I love you. Yes, I do. Oh, shit. Well, anyway, that's it. That's all the questions I have. I hope I answered them. to your satisfactory. Does that make sense? You know, I hope I made this entertaining. Let me know how I did. How did I do for my first Q&A? Did I suck? You can say it. I'm okay. I'll say it. I sucked. How long has it been? I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I just want to thank you guys once again for these questions. I want to thank all of you guys that have supported me throughout my whole YouTube, I can't call it a career because that would be ridiculous, but whether it was from the very beginning or from the last couple of months, thank you very much. I hope you, you know, were entertained. I think I always said that. I'm going to start repeating myself and rambling, so I might as well just end it now. I'm going to try to put out better content in the near future, and I am really starting to get tired here. I've been talking a lot, so yeah. Peace and cha-cha-cha. Wait, let me take back that cha-cha-cha. I missed one. Pop Culture Diva asked about the whole vegetable thing. I would be a carrot. Because as Clive Owen showed us in Shoot 'em Up, it can be a nutritious and delicious treat, as well as a weapon. Also, people believe that carrots are good for the eyes. I don't particularly believe in that, but hey, if I can be a part of a system that gives people something to believe in, I am all for it. So I would definitely be a carrot. Okay. Now, cha-cha-cha.